Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hi, Shells and Beth. So glad to see y'all here. Okay, let me go ahead and get it set up so I can see everything, even though it's not. That way I can look at the chat. Okay. Morning, Kathy, Julie. So glad that you're here. How is everyone doing this morning? I am working on Springtime Cottage again. I think next week I will try to bring my woodland panorama in here and work on it. But I just didn't have time this morning, so we're going to continue on the Springtime Cottage. Good morning, Connie. How are you? Y'all can hear me okay, right? But this is by Abraham Hunter. It's a square drill. Hi, Southern Girl. How are you doing? Glad to see you here. And it has 54 colors. I started this a long time ago, but I'm trying to get it finished up. That's good. Now, whenever I logged into my creator studio this morning to get set up for the live and everything, I had a pop-up on there saying that 3 years ago today, I put out my first YouTube video. I did not even realize that that was today, but that actually made me smile, that just knowing that I've actually been on here for 3 years. And I've made a lot of friends on here. I think everybody who has been part of this channel. Hi, Melanie. How are you? Glad to see you here. But yes, it has been so much fun doing this YouTube channel. I've really have enjoyed it. I get to share my diamond painting with everybody, along with a few other crafts here and there. But I absolutely love it. Hi, Jess. So glad to see you here. We're getting a lot of people in today. I have to double check and make sure that my chat is still going. I've got my tablet set up so that I can see the chat as I'm going along, so I don't have to keep looking over at my laptop. Well, I hope that you get better. Melanie, I know what it's like to be sick. Hi, Granny. How are you? I was just telling everybody whenever I logged into YouTube Studio this morning, it told me congratulations on your 3-year YouTube anniversary. I did not even realize that that was today. It was 3 years ago today that I put out my first YouTube video. I do remember which one it was. It was Red Truck Daisy Hill. Let me scoot this in a little bit so I don't hit it with my head. Hopefully y'all can still see what I'm diamond painting right in here. Yep. Okay. I was hitting the camera with my head, leaning over. They are. I have actually gained a few subscribers, so hopefully I'll hit that goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is my goal. But what is everybody working on? Are y'all working on your Nickies? This thank you, Shells. I don't know about a huge one. I would probably eat it all. But it's bad that I didn't even realize it. I was laying drills on my pink horse yesterday, I think. Yes, it was yesterday because I was recording a kind of like a whip and chat in my car, but y'all just got to see me. Y'all didn't get to see the canvas because I couldn't get it to set up just right, and I used my tablet to record with. I haven't posted that yet. It probably will not be posted until there was one that was sticking up here. Where did it go? Either that or I put in a bad drill there. It was sticking up. That is wonderful, Kathy. I would love to be able to have one of those to go to. That that'll be pretty. I'm not sure I remember which one that is, but it sounds like it's flowers, and flowers are always pretty. What did I just do? I noticed a light flicker. I may have hit the button and turned down my light pad underneath here. But I would love to be able to go to a crafting event. I've thought about it, but I've never really looked into where there is some around here. Plus, since I work on weekends, that isn't always an option for me. A lot of them happen on the weekends and stuff, so I normally don't get to do a lot of stuff like that. Ah, yep. I work. Okay, I need to find me a clip, but I don't know where I have one at, so I can quit turning off my light pad. Hi, Margie. How are you? So glad to see you here. Um. Okay. Before I forget, I have gotten Shells. I did get your email, and I know Benji is not in here yet, or she might watch on the replay. My live is a little bit too early for her most days. But anyway, I did get y'all's email, and I will add them to my next coffee chat and whip. That is okay. But it will be in the next one, I promise. Um, let's see, what color do I want to work on now? How about the A's, which is number 25762. This one is really pretty, and I really don't know why I stopped working on it. Hey, that's the way that I would think about it. Being able to craft the rest of the day. I've got to figure out a name for my horse. I do not know what to call it. I haven't named it yet. Maybe by the time I get it finished, it'll be named. But yeah, I will be taking it to work with me. I'll only probably have about 15 minutes to work on it during my lunch break. But that is 15 minutes I get to diamond paint. I don't know what I'm even going to be taking for lunch. I made chili last night, but I ended up sending the rest to my daughter because she loves my chili, even though it was like 80 degrees out yesterday. I still made chili. I made cornbread to go with it, but my cornbread yesterday, I do not know what I did wrong, but it just did not turn out good at all. Hi, boss. How are you? So glad to see you. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, it was way, way, way too dry. I thought it would still be okay in the chili, but it just didn't turn out good. My chili, on the other hand, turned out really good. So we had crackers, so it was okay. I've never thought about doing that, Kathy. That is something that sounds very interesting. I have another casserole that I make every now and I may end up making it next week. And it's pretty iffy. You'll either love it or you'll hate it. And it's all it is like the shell noodles, Velveeta cheese, cream of chicken, broccoli, and then Spam. I know a lot of people are turned off by the Spam, and this is the only way that I like Spam is in this casserole. But just the saltiness of it and stuff, it makes it so good. Morning, Miss Lizard. How are you? It is absolutely delicious. But a lot of people, as soon as they hear the word spam, they're out. I'm not gonna try that. I can't stand spam. But it actually does turn out really good. I think it's because of the flavors of the cream and chicken. And I forgot sour cream. Can't forget the sour cream in that one. See? You could probably replace that with the meat of your choice, but it's really good. I had never heard of it until me and my husband got together and he showed me how to make it. And we used to, whenever our kids were growing up, we used to make that all the time. Just because we had 8 to 9 people in the household at a time. And it was just enough to feed everybody. And whenever our kids were growing up, we did a lot of hamburger helper and stuff like that just because it was cheaper to make. Now, not so much because hamburger meat is just as expensive as a lot of the other ones. Well, you can try chicken in it and tell me how it is, and I might try that next time. But yeah, it's very, like I said, a lot of people either love it or hate it. But I made that a couple weeks ago, and then I found another can of Spam, so I'll probably wait about a month and go ahead and fix it again. I don't fix it that often anymore, but it is a really cheap meal to fix. And whenever I made it last time, though, I left the broccoli out. I just made the broccoli separate because my son doesn't really care for broccoli. I love broccoli. And then Josh will eat it. He likes it, but that is actually my favorite vegetable. And so we left it out and just made it to where you could put it in yourself, which worked out really, really well. But I've actually thought about doing that with the Spam part of it, just leaving it out, making a couple different meats and letting people put in their own meat. Like if you had leftover chicken or leftover hamburger meat. I've actually thought about doing that before, seeing how it works out, but I never have, not yet. I cannot talk today. But I think within the coming weeks, I'll be making that again. I've still got a lot of A's that I missed. I think that this painting is going to turn out really pretty once it's done. I love all the colors in it. Like I said, I don't know why I quit working on it. Yes, broccoli, and I like cauliflower as well. Those are my two favorite vegetables. In fact, a couple of years ago, I used to make broccoli with almost every meal, and my husband got so sick of it that he did not want any more broccoli for quite a while. It is a 74 centimeter by 56 centimeter. But so there was like 6 months or so that I didn't make broccoli at all just because I burnt him out so much on it. I like Spam in that casserole. I can't say that I like it in other things, but I haven't tried it in a whole lot of other things. It's a nice size painting. It's not too big. And once I finish this one, I get to open up one of my older kits and kit it up. I've decided if I finish one of my older kits, I get to open up an older kit to start. I don't really know how to explain it, how it tastes, but it's really salty. It's like a ham product, but it's got a completely different taste to it. I think the fact, yeah, kind of. It that is a pretty good. It's sort of like a mix between ham and bologna. Yes, Margie. I really wouldn't know exactly, but it's kind of like a mix between ham and bologna. I have never had creamed cauliflower. In fact, I don't think I've even heard of creamed cauliflower. But yeah, it's a taste that it's really hard to explain unless you've had it. Um, Hi Benji, how are you? I was telling, I mentioned it earlier, but since you're in here, I'll go ahead and tell you I did get your email, and I will be putting that on my next Coffee Chat and Whip. Thank you, Granny. I didn't know how many people would like that video. That is true. Cauliflower with cheese is really good too. Um, I didn't know how many people would actually like that video, but I thought that it might be good for the people who need to use a lightpad. Now, with that, I will tell you, you will get a workout trying to get out the staples because they were not the easiest to remove, even with this little tool that I have, but it did get easier the more that I did it. Yes. There was somebody on one of Granny's videos that mentioned about taking it off of the canvas because whenever they store their diamond paintings, they just roll them up and put them away. And that was the reason I had the idea of doing that. Now, the one that I took the diamond painting off of the canvas was not one of my favorite ones. I wasn't really liking the color. It's like where the orange was at, it had the the back, I cannot talk. The black background with the orange being on top of it, I just did not like the way that that looked. I'm still gonna complete it. It just may take me a while. Why did I put that one there? That did not go there. Oh well, it's gonna stay there. Just one drill. I'm in the process of drinking my coffee. I even brought my coffee warmer in here. And I got this mug at the Dollar Tree yesterday. I really thought it was cute. It says coffee in one hand, confidence in the other. But I am having my coffee. I I love this mug that I got at the Dollar Tree. That's what happens whenever I take my son to work. Hi, Tita. How are you? But yeah, it's what happens whenever I take my son to work. I normally go over to the Dollar Tree first, and I end up spending a little money over there. That's okay. No big deal. Um, I did get some stuff and I thought about doing a haul of it, but it wasn't anything diamond painting related. I did record a little bit in the store as I was walking through, but I haven't decided if I'm going to post that yet. I get that way a lot. I always tell myself that I'm going to get up early whenever there's nobody in the house that's awake yet and do my coffee chat and whips. And I never do because I really want to do another coffee chat and whip on my woodland panorama. but everybody is normally awake and everything whenever I'm trying to do it. So until I bring that one back here in my craft room, that's terrible. You're missing out on all that diamond painting time. I bet that that's really pretty. I haven't been looking at the websites on there. I haven't been looking at the canvases. I keep telling myself I need to stay away because I'll find something that I really want. And then I'll think I have to buy it. I am gonna try here pretty soon to get me one of those vacuum pens because I will tell you the Woodland Panorama has so many ABs in those flowers and stuff. I definitely need one of those vacuum pens for that. But I think that that is going to be my next purchase. Right now, I'm lucky to be getting my hours at work. I'm sure that once they implement all of the new system that they've got going that it'll pick up a little bit, but right now it we are lucky if we get our 11 hours each night. You'll get to go see Granny. I saw something on Facebook. I was scrolling through Facebook and I don't remember what group it was on or anything. But somebody said they talked to a manager of Hobby Lobby and they were getting rid of the diamond art. I don't know how true that is, but if that's true, that is so sad. I did purchase something from Temu, my first order in a long time. And I was wondering why it let me actually make the purchase without doing the $25 minimum. Because it was a coffee warmer. And I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I will show it whenever I get it. It should be here Monday. But it let me purchase just that one item. And I had some Temu credits and stuff, so it only costed me like $1 for the item. Well, I didn't realize it was one of the ones that was shipped in the United States, so they had the $2.99 shipping. So I ended up paying less than $5 for this coffee warmer, which isn't too bad. This one is not the one with the cup. It's just a little one that looks sort of like a cat shape. I did see the one with the cup, and I will probably end up getting one of those in the future. That's what I was thinking, but it let me do it. This is my coffee warmer last night. As you can see, I've had this for about 3 years, and the button and everything on it now is hard to turn off. and I've accidentally left it on while I went to work. So I thought it was about time that I got a new one. The spring brand of the Fox. Trying to think of which one that is. Do I have a Fox one? Or are you talking about the... I cannot remember it. Something Delight from Hobby Lobby. There is one of those that I've seen. Okay, yes, Studio Delight. As long as it works for a little bit, I'll be happy. This one that I've had, I got it at Family Dollar. And whenever I bought it, it had a Mickey Mouse cup with it too. Since then, I've broke the cup. But that thing has lasted a long time, but it's time for a new one. Right now, I don't know if I've actually worked on one of the Studio Delights. I don't think I have. I don't even know if I have any of those. But, oops, I'm spilling drills out of this. This definitely isn't my butterfly trays. Or my Forever Young trays. I gotta watch out on these. Which one is the glow in the dark one? I know, they put... I noticed that whenever I was looking at it the other day, if you have any credit, it'll show that price with your credit on there. And then you go to the cart and it's a lot more expensive. I I will. I will. I've got a whole list of videos to watch tonight while I'm at work. A lot of times I will pick a lot of videos as during the week whenever I don't have time to watch them right then, and I'll put them on my watch later list, and then I will play that playlist while I'm at work. So I get caught up on all the ones that I haven't watched. I bet that that is really pretty. You gotta love the ocean scenes. Hi, Dari. How are you? So glad that you stopped by. You know what? I didn't even know that Hobby Lobby had a app. Okay, I don't know why my tablet is buffering. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. I think it's okay on my laptop, which is what I'm streaming from, so we're good there. Okay, I'm gonna have to look over here on my laptop because my chat stopped on that. I am so sorry, Dari. I hope that he feels better soon. wishing him well wishes. Okay, yeah, my laptop just decided to start buffering, so I can't read it on there. Or not my laptop, my tablet. But yeah, I do think that I got all the A's. Okay, it finally decided to stop buffering, but let's get it to where I can see the whole thing on here. Oops. Play. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my tablet. There it goes. So, see if I can pull that up again. Okay. Yes, we're sending prayers to your husband. I hope he's feeling much better soon. Okay, I'm going to switch to a different color. I'm sure I'll find another A here in a minute. Um, this is a new tablet that I have, so I'm still getting used to it. I really liked my old tablet so much better. And I know that sounds bad. My old tablet was like 5 years old. And I was going to put it on whenever we switched over to AT&T. I was going to put it on my plan, but because I thought it was a 4G tablet, it was actually a 3G tablet. So I couldn't put it on my plan. It wouldn't work with theirs. So I had to get a new one if I wanted to use it whenever I was out and about. Stardust, do not jump on my laptop, please. Thank you so much. It is Springtime Cottage by Abraham Hunter. I started on this so long ago, and I'm really going to try to start getting it finished up. Okay, making sure I had the right color. You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Let's see if we can move. Let's move this back so you don't spill my drills. Stardust was wanting to say hi. She didn't like me putting her up on the table. It's only okay if she gets up on the table herself. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm working at right now, is on the bird bath. I don't know. I love the purple in the trees and the white picket fence. Love that part. So I just really like this painting. This is actually really my type of painting because it's so colorful. Oh, and Benji, I will be reading the comments too. Some of the comments in my next coffee chat and whip, but you said something about you really wanted to see Stardust, and I'm putting those on the wrong on the wrong symbol. Pull that back off of there. But I did put that picture up on that video, but I will show it in my next video just so that you can see it as well. But yeah, my son doesn't do the best at taking pictures, so it's very blurry. But it is a picture we set the toilet paper down, and she was just laying in that black chair, black cat, and I did not even notice it until my husband said, "Look under the toilet paper." And she's sitting there looking up at us like, "Why did you do that?" But she was very, and she stayed there a good 10 minutes or so, but I was bringing in all the groceries, and I didn't have my phone on me right then, but my son had his, and he took a picture of it. She is in some of my other videos. Benji was wanting to see the one with the toilet paper sitting on top of her. So true. She has her moments. I cannot leave my laptop open. If I leave out of the room I have to close up my laptop. I will try to get her in some of the videos. Her mama isn't working right now, so I don't have the grandkids down here as much. But which one was it? There was one of my coffee chat and whips that Remy was in. The beginning of it. It was just a little bit. It was the one with the voiceover, I think. There I go hitting buttons again. Let's see, X. Let's do the X's, which is 15. 415. But yeah, she really enjoys being in the videos. Yeah, because I think it was that one. I was telling y'all about whenever she had her asthma attack, which she has not had one since, thank goodness. She is doing so much better. She came down with her mama yesterday for a minute. And then, yeah, she's doing a lot better. That really scared me and her mom. And I'm sure her. But, okay. Think I need to put more putty in my pen. I've got putty in my single tip and wax in my two-placer on this one. This just happened to be the pen that was back here, so this is the one that I used. But I really do like this one. It glows in the dark. Whenever I turn out the lights, I can definitely find this one. But I'll try to get her in some of the other videos soon. At least some with her talking and stuff. It all depends on the next time I have to watch her. We watched her the other day whenever Axel had to go to the doctor. But he had to go up to Little Rock for an appointment. I think he had an appointment with the neurologist, and he had another appointment that day. And I think it was some type of CAT scan. No, but you can definitely find them if you lose them that way. But anyway, they had said that they had to wake him up at midnight and keep him awake until his appointment. I guess the brain activity and stuff showed up better during that CAT scan whenever they did that. And a lot of times, whenever they do it, it makes them real sleepy, so they would fall asleep during the procedure. Well, he didn't fall asleep, but I guess they were drawing on his face. And Courtney was telling me about it. And she said he kept batting away the nurse's hand, telling her, "Quit that! Stop!" Because he didn't want her drawing on his head. But he did really good during it, other than that. I've got this one, and I've got a pink one like this pen that glows in the dark as well. Axel isn't one that likes a whole lot of pictures and likes to be in the videos, so I normally don't put him in the videos very often unless he agrees to it. I won't put any of them on camera unless they agree to it. So, and I know they're young, and I do have their mom's permission to do so. Thank you so much for stopping by, Tita. You have a good night. Day. I'm confuzzled today. You just want attention. You don't want to be in the video today, do you? She's over here. She's standing up, leaning on my leg so that I will pet her. You cannot go wrong with purple, Benji. Anything with purple in it has to be good. I do not think I have the purple one. I've got the pink one and the green one. I think whenever I ordered these, they were out of the purple. She always needs kitty love. I've got the door shut, so she can't get into the regular part of the house right now. Since I'm in my craft room, I can actually shut my door. But she was outside, and the doggy door is open, so she came in through it. Well, I guess in her case, it would be a kitty door. Okay, I miss... Oh. Yeah, I cannot believe you got snow. It was 80 degrees here yesterday. I'm hopefully not going to be buying anything. I've got to pay my taxes first, and then we'll see where I go from there. Ouch! Stardust, this chair is too small for you to get up on the back of it. The chair that I am sitting on in here, now I've really got to watch that video. But, no. You gotta get off of the cord, honey. she was trying to crawl up here onto the back of my chair. And my one in the living room has a big back on it. And I've got another chair in here that does. But right now I'm sitting in the task chair, which just has a little back to it. And she jumps up there and she claws my back as she's trying to get up there. She's just looking at me now like, what did I do wrong? Me too. I do not like the cold at all. I have I have to drive about 45 minutes to get to the closest Hobby Lobby. Each way I go. There's one in Russellville and there's one in Fort Smith. So I won't be going to any of them today. Maybe next week whenever I take Joshua to work. But I've been good. I haven't been going in Hobby Lobby. What color was I doing? X. And there I go hitting the camera again. Sorry if y'all are getting an earthquake here because I hit the camera. It's actually pretty nice outside today. It's the sun shining. Whenever I first got up this morning, it was kind of cloudy. But it looks like it's going to be a nice day. And whenever the weather is like this, I can go like 3 or 4 days without charging my car, which makes it even better. I've got like 165 miles on it. So I can go back and forth to work 2 times this weekend before I have to charge it. I went to the Walmart in Clarksville on Wednesday and they did not have any diamond paintings hardly. They had some of the older ones on clearance in the clearance section, but they did not have any new ones, and I already had the ones that were on clearance. Well, congratulations, Shells. I've still got to find that shop that I won the check-along prize from. I still haven't figured out where the shop is on it. I've got the code and everything, I just haven't found the shop. So I can go and look. Oh, Margie, if you will send me the address that you want me to send that to, it will probably be the first week or so of April that I'm going to send it out. Thank you so much for stopping by. We will be leaving here in a few minutes anyway. No, mine was the other one. Brenda with something I don't remember off the top of my head. I have 2 different addresses. I've got the card, where you sent the card, and then I don't know about the box. I don't know what they did with the box. Really? Yeah, she sent out the code to me. I will go over to it again. I tried to find it the day after and I couldn't find the live. Maybe I was going to go back and look, but I haven't looked at it again. Bye, Dory. Um, so if you want me to send it to the one on the card, I can do that. That you sent me for Christmas. I just want to make sure that I send it to the right address. But anyway, um, I guess that I need to go ahead and go and get ready for work. I just don't want to send it somewhere to the wrong place. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. Everyone, take care, and I will see you next week. If you don't mind, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Um, and I will see you next week. Everyone, take care. Bye. I'm trying to turn it off on the wrong one.